Alrighty. Um, I think I am live. Yes. Hello, hello, hello. I am live. Welcome. Welcome in our weekly live Q&A video, as well as basically coaching video where we chat. You can ask any questions. You can submit the questions earlier before the video is on live stream. So that way I can answer them also here for all of you. If you are connecting right now, let me know that you can hear me. Let me know that you can see me. Popping my neck. And we will talk today about something cool, that something what I also see very often among us women. And it's not bugging me, but I really would like to elaborate on it. Fixing. So let's talk about this. Our last practice was with mantra, I accept myself where I am at. For the last week, we are working with acceptance. So if you want to tap into acceptance a little more, please go to the previous video. All of those videos are categorized, so you can just click on the live videos tab in the Facebook group and you will be taken right away to only videos. And I talked about acceptance last Monday. And today I will talk about acceptance a little bit too, from different perspective. So last week we worked on acceptance throughout the week with our practices, and we will work on acceptance this upcoming week as well. Anyway, last mantra was I accept myself where I am at. And what it done on me, it is hard. I get it, it's hard. What I was asking you ladies and those who participated or those who maybe watched later was to literally accept yourself in a place where you are right this moment. That's it, right? Do not look in the past, do not look in the future, do not look, do not let your brain even start planning, categorizing, all this analyzing. It is just okay to be okay right this moment. And this is what acceptance many times mean. I get it. We all want to feel better, be better. We all want to maybe grow, expand, learn more, do more. Yes, and that's all okay. Acceptance doesn't mean settling down. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up on those things which I just listed. Acceptance means just to be okay with where you are at the moment. Okay, so now the concept of fixing oneself. I hear this nonstop. I hear this nonstop among my personal training clients, my nutritional clients, among my friends, among, in social media. Fixing, fixing, fixing. So let me tell you one most important truth you may hear from me during all these practices we are doing here. There is no fixing yourself. There is nothing like that. There is no concept of fixing yourself. Why? Let me tell you, let me share with you a beautiful analogy from one of the book I read, The 5 Regrets of Dying. It was basically we are born as the bulb, light, the bulb that is shining. The bulb that is shining, turn on bulb, and it's shining, emitting the light. And throughout the life, as we are growing, we are experiencing and exposed to everything, right? The Somebody said something to us, somebody did something to us or close to us, and we experience or witness that. Somebody was mean, abusive, traumatizing to us, right? We learned through heartbreaks, through failures, all those things gathered together. Basically life happened, right? In For some of us easier, for some of us lighter, for some of us heavier. There is nothing like that. For all of us life happened, and for all of us to the extent that we got experience to some degree. Imagine every single event like that being a splash or a handful of mud thrown on that bulb. So imagine you have this bulb and someone threw on that bulb a little bit of mud. Depending on this extent of whatever the trauma thing was. It might be bigger amount of mud, maybe smaller, but mud. And as this mud is coming closer, right, to that shining bulb of light, it's drying out and creating basically a cover. So now imagine that more and more those layers and are built up. It's literally like geological process, right? All those layers of mud are building up, building up, building up, building up until it creates all this rocky layered structure, right? So now imagine that you are still there, like that the light and that bulb didn't disappear, didn't stop shining, didn't stop emitting light. That is your soul, that is you, that is your truth, your beauty, your desires, your birthrights to be happy, joyful. But the life happened and those things covered it to the extent that it is really hard now to see the light. Come on, we don't even see the light, right? So if you think in the category fixing, then the question is like, what do you want to fix in this scenario? Think about this. There is nothing to fix because the thing that would need to be fixed would be that bulb, right? But the bulb is still working properly. So what you may need to do is start peeling off those layers, start scraping away those layers, start chipping off those layers, right? In order to start digging deeper, deeper through that construction and that entire structure, deeper, deeper inside of you until you get back. That is the magic word, until you get back to your light. This is the phenomenon of uncovering yourself. It is not fixing yourself. You don't need to fix anything. What would you need to fix? All those mud layers? No, those are not fixable. You cannot fix somebody doing something to you, but you can learn through it. You can grow through it. You can introspectively work on it. You can work on those emotions and on all those instincts and all those things, traumas that created the person you are right now, and that created the person you are not meant to be, because you are meant to be that shiny emitting light bulb, powerful, warm, joyful, lightening the path in front of you and the entire life for you. So this is the concept of uncovering, finding yourself, coming back to yourself, introspective work on yourself, inner work. All those terms are really meaningful when you think about yourself as in the form of that analogy, right? So there is no really fixing. So I really would like to invite you today to be so mindful about that word fixing, that the moment you hear it, you know that this is not for you. You know that there is nothing to be for in you to be fixed. There is nothing. You are whole, you are complete, you are meant to be all those things which we listed: powerful, appreciative, loving, loved, worthy, complete, unique, joyful, playful, happy. You are, and you are. It is just those layers that now, as an adult, you've been asked to uncover. Yeah, you may ask, that's unfair. Somebody just make this mess, and I need to, yes, because guess what? When you will be peeling off those layers, chipping them off, through that process, you will learn so much about yourself, because each layer peeled off will uncover another layer. It's like going through that geological construction or structure. If you don't see it from that side, you don't know all those colors. But if you are digging from top, you see maybe first the sandy structure. Later on, you get into some red rocks. Later on, you get into black rocks. The person digging through is uncovering the layers, how that structure, that rock, that part of the earth was created. It's uncovering new things. So this is what happens. So even if someone created that mess, guess what? That mess was created for you to eventually get to it and start chipping off. And while you are chipping off, learn patience, learn compassion, acceptance, learn maybe self love, self-care, all those beautiful things, right? And as you go deeper and deeper, you are uncovering, peeling off, coming back to yourself because you are there the same way where you were born and nothing needs to be fixed. So I wanted to emphasize that I know analogies are really powerful, and that analogy was really amazing for me to learn because it's truly brought the light to the word fixing, and there is nothing to fix because I was also stuck in that that perception that I need to be fixed because I'm broken. How many times it just hurts my heart when I hear or see those memes, right? And I was bodybuilder and fitness model for over 4 years. I am still personal trainer, so I faced a lot, and I still face those memes that you are the worst enemy of yourself, that you need to fix yourself, you need to fix your body, you need to fix your way of thinking, you need to no, no, you don't need to fix anything. What about if you start peeling off those layers and start discovering, rediscovering, uncovering yourself, your truth, your beauty, your wholeness, your uniqueness, because it is there. I promise you, it is there. It may feel scary as freaking hell. It does. And I tell you one thing, the moment you start peeling off those layers, the new layers will start showing up. That doesn't mean that you are not doing your work. It means that you are actually on the good path to towards where you are meant to go. And sometimes in these works, many times I face situation where I am like, I work on something, some issue, I work and work, and I feel that it's released, and I worked on it, and I'm like neutral. Basically, when you feel that the thing you work on, it doesn't trigger you emotionally anymore, you feel really neutral to it, it's truly that you most likely overcome this and worked through it. It may come back later on, and if you still respond to it neutrally, you are healed from that one issue. And I feel like, oh, cool, it works. And then some other shit comes up, and there's that first thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm doing all this work and nothing works. No, 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 it works. You're just peeling off those first outer layers. The deeper you go, remember, the harder the rock gets. The harder those layers are stuck and and dried out and maybe already crystallized or something, right? Are like compare petroglyph wood and actual wood, how wood is soft and how petroglyph version of it is rocky hard, right? So the deeper you go, the harder it may become to start peeling off those layers. But that just indicates that you are getting ready through those layers to get there. You are not given anything that you cannot handle. So if you got already to that deeper layer, that meant that you went through those outer layers already. And that means that you are on the path where you need to go. I'll share with you one of the picture, which is the most powerful. I will be honest, it's with me all the time. This. How many times we are digging, and we are literally giving up just here? How many times? See? And you don't want to be here. So when you are digging, you may be tired, but you go and go and go. Those rocks, the closer to their core you get, there will be harder and harder. And you will be tired and more tired and more tired. So the work will be heavier and heavier, but it's so worth it. Do not be that person who gives up here. Do not. So that is what I wanted to share with you. So my practices are part of it. There are so many modalities that we can do all these things. The most important concept is to remember you want to nurture yourself from all these aspects: mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. You cannot be physically well if your mindset is messed up. I know what I'm saying. You cannot be emotionally well, but have no spirituality and connection to your soul and desires. There is really no matter what you were taught and no matter where you go, there is this very there is this really not powerful. I meant to say like very discouraging and messing us up concept that when you go to doctor, if it's your stomach, it's your stomach. Maybe that's a secondary problem. Maybe it came from somewhere else. It is not possible to compartmentalize us in pieces and parts. We are whole. We always were. So it's important if you tend to yourself from all these different perspectives, and sometimes it might be more mental, sometimes more spiritual, sometimes more emotional. But as soon as you're doing all of those, it is the work is going to be done for you too. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Already, thank you so much for whoever was listening. Thank you for being here. I hope that was helpful. So let's continue with acceptance. Acceptance of who you are and acceptance of the fact that you do not need to fix yourself. You don't need to fix yourself. You are whole and complete. But I invite you to start the journey to uncovering yourself. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you. We have our practice on Wednesday at 8 p.m. in this group, so I hope to see you over there. And thank you again for being here. You have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, and see you next time. All right, bye bye.